What's up you guys, it's Molly. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a video that I have been trying to figure out some good ideas for sorority rush, sorority life related content. Obviously last year you guys know that a lot of my videos were catered around rush tips, ladders of rec tips, just different things about sorority life that I knew were very timely and the girls coming in for the following recruitment were very interested in. Obviously I've done a lot of those videos. I've taken a lot of them off my checklist of things I wanted to cover on this channel, and I was trying to think of some good ideas of things I could do that touch on sorority life but aren't the exact same things I've done in the past. So I came up with this idea of reading your assumptions about sorority life. Obviously you guys see these videos done with a lot of just people's individual lives. People just assume things about a person and then they react to them, and I decided it'd be fun to do one about sorority life and just give my input as someone a part of sorority life and just kind of debug some myths and tell you if some things are true or false. So that is what we're going to do today. I'm super excited about it. I don't want to wait another moment to get this video started, so let's get right into the video. So y'all sent a bunch of different submissions on my Instagram, which be sure to follow me on there so you guys don't miss any other Q&As or different things like this where y'all can offer your insight into my videos. So the first one is, you don't get along with your big. That is not true at all. I love my big Sarah so much. She is a nursing major. She's busy all the time. It seems like she's my big because we are so similar in that way. Like, I don't feel a need to be with my big 24/7. I didn't really explain this as well as I could have. I know sometimes a lot of people go into sorority life wondering about if your big and your little relationship is good or if it's just kind of like an honorary thing and then you kind of don't talk again. Basically how Pi Phi does it, I will link my big little finding my little process vlog and the reveal video down below so you guys can watch those. But basically you get a few potential bigs or potential littles, and then it's a mutual selection process. And if you by chance, there are chances where some people do get someone they did not have for the big little process, at least in Pi Phi, but they try to match them based on interest, and a lot of girls really do get along with their bigs and littles really well. Other sororities, they pick their like potential bigs and littles for them, which they also do the same thing. They kind of match you based on interest and everything, so it's not like you're kind of thrown with someone random and you don't get along. The off chance is that you will, so I wanted to explain that. And so it kind of just works out really well. I love her. We have such a good relationship. We are very similar people, and I don't know, it's just nice to have someone you feel like is very similar to you that you can go to in different situations. The next assumption is certain chapters only care about material stuff. I definitely think in any college you go to in Greek life or not in Greek life, there are people that focus on the material things in life rather than like the things that really matter and the things that really determine like the type of life you lead. And so I think that there definitely are people like that in sorority life. I don't think chapters as a whole have that reputation, at least that I've gathered. I think that there are definitely really amazing people in every chapter, and there might be some girls that believe in that type of thing, but there really aren't chapters that overall are like about the material things you have or like the money you have and the things you buy. The next assumption is you have to go to date parties, swaps, and frat parties to be in one. No, you don't. So one of the biggest things that I feel like it's important going through sorority rush, regardless of what school you're at, what sorority you want to rush, is making sure that you feel comfortable there. If you're somebody that doesn't want to be put in a situation you don't want to be put in, and maybe you just don't feel comfortable going to a frat party or a date party or a swap, that is okay, and you should be in a sorority that accepts and understands that. I have had such a great experience in Pi Phi. I really feel like they've just like supported my decisions. They've never made fun of me for not going to an event. The next assumption is there isn't as much of a focus on philanthropy and academics as there sometimes should be. I feel like this is definitely not true. Speaking from my experience in Pi Phi, like we literally have so many different philanthropy events, and even during COVID, like obviously we can't do as much hands-on things in our philanthropy, but we still do a Pi Phi YouTube channel, and we read to kids on our YouTube, and we do a bunch of different things like that that I think really just make our philanthropy stand out because we put the effort in even when we can't do as much, I guess. And with academics, they really want you to stay in a good standing with your university because that obviously comes back to your sorority and how you're perceived if you have girls that maybe aren't doing as well. And I haven't had that experience in Pi Phi. I've been really lucky. I am someone focused on school, and I really feel like I've been able to make academics a priority and continue to have them as a priority. The next assumption is you have to be rich to be in one, LOL, at least at Alabama. That is not true. I know so many girls that are in Pi Phi that have come from like so many different backgrounds, experiences in life. There are a lot of different payment plans within Greek life and scholarships and things you can get to help people who maybe can't just pay for Greek life very easily, and that's totally okay. People don't like dislike you during recruitment if you don't have a lot of money. I just think people are pretty accepting about that type of thing. Wanted to add this again. I think I was like low-key a mess when I filmed this, and I just kind of forgot about the most important things. People want you, like if you're accepted at a house and then maybe get through it and realize, I didn't realize how much of a financial commitment this is, but I don't want to lose the experiences in a sorority because of finances. People will literally do everything they can to help you out. There's so many different things you can apply for. I kind of just wanted to like sum this up because I feel like I didn't answer it very well, but sororities really do try really hard to make sure you can stay and be a part of the sisterhood. The next assumption is that you're paying for friends. Lots of cliques and fake girls, just initial impressions. It's hard to like explain this because I feel like this is like the one big thing about sorority life that people say is like their misconception of it. You're not paying for friends. Like people don't like you just because you're in the sorority. They like you because you spend time with them and you do meaningful things with them and you just kind of like connect on a level. Sorority rush, how it works is you're grouped into a house or like rushed to a house that aligns with who you are as a person. And so once you accept a bid, you're in a sorority, you're surrounded by girls that obviously were rushed with the same aligned values as you. And so you kind of make friends within that sorority that are the closest to you. So you're not like paying for 400 friends. I feel like you're in a sorority 400 girls, but you really get meaningful friendships with like your group of people that you kind of work on the relationship over time, I guess. The next assumption is that it's strict on what you post and not as fun as it looks. So that is something that I really hope someone would say because I feel like that's something that a lot of people ask me about. Sororities are honestly the best thing you could like have behind you because they really do make sure that you're putting your best foot forward, not just on your social media but in life. And social media is a big thing that employers look at, people look at, and they don't want you posting things or doing things that could make you look bad, even if in the moment you're thinking, why would this matter? It really does, and they really do just look out for you in that way. The next assumption is it's very expensive and forced friends / drama. Not trying to be rude, just saying what it seems. So definitely being around girls all the time can have some friction and some drama. I mean, one of the reasons I decided not to live in my sorority house was because I just wanted that separation, and I felt like that would be good for my friendships because I don't like being around people all the time, and I just think that would have added a lot of anxiety for me. Obviously, there's drama in any friend group. There's drama in high school, there's drama in college. If you're not in a sorority, it's the same thing. It's just you're in an institution that guides you with values and different things like that. So it's not really any different in my opinion than what you see on a traditional college campus that doesn't have Greek life. The next assumption is there's a lack of diversity. So I definitely think that is a big problem in the Greek community, and I think that's definitely something that I know a lot of the Panhellenic sororities are working to fix, work on, improve on. I feel like one of the biggest things for sororities as a whole is acknowledging that they're not perfect, but that they want to improve and be more diverse and kind of create that diverse, accepting environment. It's me again. I was editing this and I really wanted to touch on this further because I don't want this to be something that I just touch on briefly and not discuss again. I really do think that diversity, regardless of whether it's race, sexual orientations, religion, is something that is lacking in the Greek community and something that definitely does need to change. Our DEI officer, I'm going to give her a shout out. Her name is Marcella. She has been so important in Pi Phi and kind of just creating those conversations and allowing us to really start having an open dialogue about why this has taken us so long and what really needs to change, not just now, but continue to change and continue to better our sorority. And I know that a lot of different sororities in the Panhellenic community here, Alabama and beyond, are really working on that as well. And I just wanted to stress how important I think that is. I'm really proud of Pi Phi for all of the work that they're doing, and I'm really excited to continue working with Marcella and doing the events she does and kind of just like learning a little bit more about diversity and being open to learning new things and being educated, just help our community better itself, because at the end of the day, like, it needs to change, and I'm really proud that those changes are happening and will continue to happen. And I honestly think that at the end of the day, that is so important, having that acceptance and that will to want to learn and grow and be better as like a group community. The next assumption is it's hard to balance school and sorority life. I personally have not had that problem. I feel like obviously school for me is so important. I know it's important for a lot of my friends, a lot of the girls in Pi Phi, and in all sororities in our Panhellenic community. Obviously there are times when there are Greek events happening that maybe you should be at and need to be at, whether it's like a fundraiser or whatever it may be, and maybe you have a lot of schoolwork that week. It can get stressful in that aspect, but I don't think it's hard to balance it overall. I feel like they don't pound too much like sorority things to do at us and kind of give us the chance to like do what we need to do and keep our priorities in order. They acknowledge that like school does come first, and I think that's really important, and I'm really glad that they do that. The next assumption is people with best grades get the first pick if they want to live in the house year 2. So for Pi Phi, sophomores do live in if they want to. So you basically can tell them if you want to live in or not, and then they pick. I believe it is based on GPA and involvement, but truthfully, I could be so wrong. And I know a lot of girls come in with really great GPAs, so I'm not really sure what the differentiating factor is on that. But GPA is definitely something that goes into it. The next assumption is you all support one another as much as you can. That is definitely true. When I was going through recruitment, the best piece of advice I got was my mom said, you have to feel like you can go into your sorority house on the worst day and still be accepted and loved and appreciated like your best day. And so that was something that I looked at as I went through every house, and Pi Phi just really stood out for that. There are girls from so many different experiences and backgrounds, and people just really want to know you and make sure you're okay. They acknowledge we're not perfect. Sorority life isn't about that. It's about just like being a community together of girls that align with values, and it just really makes it so much easier to walk into a place and not feel judged or made fun of in any way. Like, you're just really accepted for who you are because they know that at the end of the day, like, your values align with theirs and you fit in well with that group of girls. The next assumption is I assume that no one likes chapter. So honestly, this might sound really weird. I've only been going to chapter for like about a year now because I was initiated last October, I believe, but I kind of liked it. I feel like it was just like a chance to like be with all of our girls and just like talk about things that we needed to do or like things going on, reminders, things like that. And honestly, like, sometimes it was a little tedious, not even gonna lie, but at the end of the day, like, I got to eat dinner at the house with my friends, just sit there for a little while, and I don't know, I just had no problem with it. The next assumption is each sorority low-key competes with each other and think they're better than each other. I think there definitely is a little bit of competition in some people's eyes. I personally don't think there's a point in that, because at the end of the day, like, if you don't fit in one sorority, they fit in another one. You're different people. You can't really compare things that are different. It's like comparing apples and oranges, like, literally. Like, it sounds so cheesy, but it's true. I think definitely there are times when people compare sororities at every school, not even just at Alabama, but at every school, and I think that really needs to stop, because at the end of the day, I don't think that solves anything or accomplishes anything. The next assumption is it's stressful going through rush. Not even gonna lie, it was a little bit. It was kind of like nerve-wracking, like after each round getting your schedule back, like seeing what houses invited you back. You always kind of wonder in the back of your head like what you did right or wrong to get a house back or to get dropped by a house, and at the end of the day, like, just know it's guiding you in the best possible direction. Like, trust the process is such a cheesy phrase that everyone says here, but it really is true. The last assumption of this video is I was surprised the emphasis on philanthropy. I thought it was just partying. At least here at Alabama, sororities don't do things at their houses. It's all like the fraternities, or we have date parties at a different location. Our philanthropy, especially at Pi Phi, and I know all of the Panhellenic sororities have such a big influence and spend so much time on their philanthropies, and they really are so dedicated to it. That's why there is a philanthropy round during rush. They want girls they know will be dedicated to it and want to make it better for that chapter, and that is why it's around. So they know they're getting girls that really appreciate, honor, and want to continue working on their philanthropy, which I think is really, really cool, and it just shows how hardworking the Panhellenic women are. Okay, y'all, that is it for reading your assumptions about sorority life video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below. Be sure to follow me on all my social media, my Instagram, Twitter, all of that, so you guys can stay updated on my life. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next time.